What's going on, y'all? Back again with another video. Today I want to talk a little bit about what's some good patterns to grow a small account, and I'll start by going over this cannabis stock, APAJ. I traded this one today. I made a little bit over 2,000, but if you don't already, whether if you trade and whether it's forex or just stocks, make sure you put some moving averages on your screen. Moving averages is kind of like, I use them because everybody else uses them, but you know I'm more of a structured type of trader. I go off of patterns and breakouts and breakdowns or whatever. But just kind of want to give you an example. So this if I took all this stuff off my screen, all these bounces and stuff would just look random. Like this right here, it's the reason that this price held up at this level right here. You know, this is the red line is the 200 moving average. So I usually just use 3 moving averages and RSI, but I kind of want to go over a couple patterns that's gonna help you grow a small account. And some people use RSI for buy, sell signals. I really don't. And what I mean by that, typically RSI traders, they buy at 30 and sell at 70. So 30 is right here, 70 is up here. So I mean, it got a good little bounce from the lows. This thing bounced like 50, 55, 58% over a couple of days. This happened this was a Friday morning. So yeah, that was a heck of a move. So I mean, 50% on your account. I mean, some people don't make 50% in a month or in a year. You know what I mean? So definitely these type of bounces, especially a stock that was hot like this one. I mean, this thing was running for like weeks and weeks and weeks. I remember my dad bought this one a while back, and he was telling me about it. He bought it at like back here at 3 something, and then he added it, and he ended up averaging out at $5 and some change. But um, definitely, man, like put some moving averages on your screen. If you trading, I recommend if you day trading, use a short term, a medium, and a long term moving average. So maybe like a 5, a 20, and the 200, of course. If you swing trading, then maybe like a 20 or 50 and a 200. But definitely, like I said, a lot of this stuff. If I took all this off the screen, like another example right here, this bounce right here, it's the reason that price held up right there. I mean, people buying that at the 200. So these bounces, these flag patterns, I'll try to make a whole video just going over patterns, or do one video per pattern. But this is what they call a flag pattern, a bull flag, and this is on the 4-hour chart. And at the breakout of this flag, that thing went up 130 something percent. And I'm gonna show you this. This is one of my favorite patterns, a flag pattern and a head and shoulders. They don't work 100% of the time, but they are high probability trades. So this one I made a little over 2,000 on it today. I don't remember exactly what my entry and exit was. And patterns on all time frames, I could probably find one on this chart. Let me switch to the 1-minute chart, and then I move on to the uh, um, next chart. So I guess you could call this one a flag pattern, because with a flag pattern, you got a pole, you got the initial run up, and then you got a flag. Sometimes the flag is horizontal, sometimes is at an angle, but a lot of times you'll get a big move up, and then you'll get a consolidation where the stock will just go sideways. And let me see if I can find one on here. This is a head and shoulders right here. All right, so you got a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, and the entry is the break below what they call the neckline. And this works on all time frames: left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and it dropped what? Let's see, 2, 3. That's more of a day trading setup right here. This is on a 1-minute chart. Um, So that would be a good setup. I mean, that's 2% and what? Each one of these bars is 1 minute. So 1, 2, 3, about 10 minutes. But I'm going to the next chart. I know it's some flag patterns on that chart. So moving on to this one, definitely if you got a small account, look for those bounces. If you swing trading, if you day trading, you know you only get 3-day trades a week per account if you got under 25,000 in your account. So the next chart I'm about to look over is gonna be what you want to look for. I traded this one and I pretty much nibble off of this one. I made a little bit over 600, but this thing went from I started watching it at around 12, and it went all the way up to 35. So with this one, this was a stock with news. I didn't even check to see if it had news. Pretty sure it did. What's the day? 2/16. Yeah, Socket Mobile announces launch of DuraSled barcode scanner for iPhone 12. Anyway, just something stupid. All right, so the first thing I look at when I'm trading these type of stocks is the float. And the float is basically the shares outstanding or the shares in circulation. And the lower the better. It comes down to a supply and demand thing. But if you're looking into momentum stocks or penny stocks or whatever, one of the first things I look at before I trade them is I like the ones that's $3, $4, $5 because if you buy a $5 stock and it move $1, that's 20%. If you buy a $3 stock and it move $1, that's 33%. If you buy a $10 stock and it move $1, that's 10%. So I'd rather buy a stock that if it moves 50 cents or $1, that's a nice move. You know, and also you risking losing that money too. But you know, you gotta have your stop losses and all that, of course. So this is a flag pattern right here. And it's a couple. So you get your pole, and there's a couple things happening right here. So this was a red to green move. When the stock opened up, it was already up a good bit. I don't know how much. Probably, let's see. Market opened at 9:30. It looked like it was up already about almost 200% or more. So what you had happening right here, let me take this off. So what happened right here, and remember these are the patterns that's going to help you grow a small account. So you had I call it a red to green move or a fake out. So remember now, if you got 5 1-minute bars, that's 1 5-minute bar. So we switch to a 5-minute chart. This will probably look like a hammer. So what happened is a lot of people, a lot of short sellers, they come in on these stocks and they just assume that all of them are pumping dumps, which most of them are. Somebody pay to get the stock pumped up and then they sell. You know, the people that's on the inside, the people that own hundreds of thousands of shares, they pay a penny stock promoter to get it pumped up. The stock go up 200%, and the retail traders, they buying it, and they're, you know, the insiders are selling it. I mean, it just is what it is. But some days like today, you know, you get a big short squeeze and it go from $10 to 35. So, but this is a pretty good pattern. It's been working for a while. So when I trade penny stocks, I like to use the VWAP. And again, because I know everybody else uses it. And I'm gonna take off these moving averages real quick. And just leave the VWAP. And VWAP is volume weighted average price. It's kind of like it's pretty much another moving average. So I'm just leave the VWAP on there so the screen don't look like spaghetti. So what you got is it opened up right here at 9:30. It faked out above $11. Then you got 3 bars, drop, drop, drop. So this drop right here below the VWAP, a lot of people jumped in this. Now down here is the volume. So this bar right here, 1 million shares traded. And this bar right here. So this ain't nothing but a short squeeze. But this is the type of pattern you want to look for. What you could do What I would do, I wasn't watching it at the time. I was trading gold. I trade the same thing every day, and then I kind of look around, see what's hot. So my first entry would have been this bar right here at 938. So if my target, if my gold share size is say 1,000 shares, I would have bought maybe like 250 right here. Then I would have added right here at the breakout above this candle, and then I would have added again at the breakout above this candle. So you would have averaged out at about, let's see, if you'd about here, and there, you probably would have averaged out at about 1050. So that's a 25% move right there. That's a pretty good move in 3, 4, 5 minutes. So this little fake out right here, that red to green move, that's something I look for on these stocks. And the other one is the flag pattern. And remember, this is the type of pattern that's gonna help you grow a small account. So let's find that first bar right here. So if you know anything about reading candlesticks, this candle right here, which is an inverted hammer, or some people call it a shooting star or a broomstick or whatever, that candle right there is that means sell. That means the price went up here, it got rejected, and it pushed all the way down. That means the sellers are all the way in control. But what happened next is this wick right here faked out down here, faked out below the VWAP. All these short sellers, all this volume right here is trapped. Because if I was a short seller, I probably would have shorted this stock right here. I would probably shorted it below the VWAP. And remember, this is a 5-minute chart. So on a 1-minute chart, this price went down and closed below the VWAP. So a lot of people jumped in and shorted this stock. Now back to the 1-minute chart. So we got the fake out below the VWAP, right? Then we got a little pop back up. And then we got another pop. This bar right here, this at 945, this breakout, this was a breakout bar. This bar right here traded 2.3 million shares. That's more volume than the opening candle. The opening candle was 1.9 million shares. This candle by itself, 2.3 million. That's a short squeeze. And that bounce right there, if you would have bought, like I don't like to jump in all at one time, but if you would have been aggressive on this, that's a 30% move easy. If you would have been conservative and averaged in, that would have been a 20 to 25% move easy. You only need one of these a week. And this happened 2-3 times a week. All right, and then we got this flag pattern right here. So you basically draw your trend line over your wicks. I could probably do it a little better than that. You draw your trend line. So remember, with the flag pattern, you got the initial run up. So this would be the pole right here. That first little push up. And then the flag would be your trend line, your consolidation after that run up. So right here, that wouldn't have been a bad idea to buy right there, because you had a lot of times I've seen these stocks, they'll break out and then they'll come back and test that trend line. So this one kind of went sideways a little bit. So sometimes what I do, if I see it break out above the trend line and it pop up like that, let's just say I bought this. I probably would have bought this stock at that price if I'd been watching it at this time. I probably would have bought it right here. And let's see, remove this. Let's throw this on there. Let me go back. So let me throw my trend line back on there. So the breakout of this flag pattern, I probably would have bought this candle right here. This candle right here, thinking it was gonna go here. And my thought process would have been, let me buy this candle, add right here for the breakout above 14. So that didn't work. So a lot of time what I do is I redraw my trend line. I'll put it right there. And I think this is when I jumped in and I just nibbled off of it. I mean, this thing went 120% after that breakout. Remember I said the breakouts, they work the same on all patterns. Let's go back to this other chart. Remember back here where I was looking at the 1 hour chart on this one? This flag pattern on a 1 hour chart. As a matter of fact, it was a 4 hour chart. This flag pattern, this is a 4 hour time frame. Each one of these bars is 4 hours. This thing broke out for over 130%. Now we back over here looking at a 1 minute chart. Same thing, broke out for 130% to be exact. Do they work every time? No. But when they do work and you're able to hold them, and even if you bought it and you didn't get the whole 130%, you know, you could have just, your goal should be to get 60, 70, 80% of the move. You ain't got to try to find the top and the bottom. You know, let me see. So this is the pattern that's gonna help you grow your account. This breakout of this flag pattern right here. Because remember, like, you got a couple things happening. You got the fake out right here. A lot of shorts. They trap. That's a short squeeze. All right, it broke below VWAP, back above VWAP, broke below VWAP, back above VWAP. And I think I'm pretty sure I bought on this counter right here. Can't really remember. Let's see. Let me see if it'll show you my trades on this one. Sometimes it do, sometimes it don't. I'm pretty sure I bought this counter right here. But that's a nice move, man. That's a heck of a move. And then here go another flag pattern. Yep, there you go. So pretty much, you see I was buying down here. I was scalping. It looked like I was scalping it back here. But anyway, I ended up selling up here at 1508. But I was buying all along this VWAP. And like I said, I don't like to jump into the all at one time. Sometimes I will, but a lot of times I don't. But yeah, so my exit was 1508. But I was scalping it along the way. And then I lost a couple trades. And anyway, I ended up finishing the day up only about 600 on this stock. Like I said, it went up crazy. I nibbled off of it. Another flag pattern, same thing. Remember, you got the pole, the first run up. All right, that's the pole, and then you got a consolidation, which is the flag, and you draw your trend line over those little pops. Well, they retracements or whatever you want to call them. They'll drop, it'll pop, it'll drop, it'll pop, it'll drop, it'll pop. After that third drop and pop, that thing ought to be taken off. So what I would have did on this setup, by this time I was done. It was, you hardly ever catch me trading after 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 10:30. So yeah, I was on here because I bought it back here somewhere because I was out at 15. So yeah, I was done after about 11:30. So same setup. You got the pole, and then you got the flag. The breakout of that flag, what was that move? 50% move. This thing hit $35 a share. All right, so what I will be doing on this setup, sometimes I can even draw the trend line on the bottom just to be cute. But you take this off. So those drops and the pops, those pullbacks and retracements or whatever you want to call them, that's setting up a structure or a pattern. This is a flag pattern. This is the pole. This is a flag. That really don't go like that, but you get what I'm saying. You get a run up and then you get a consolidation. Bull flag. YouTube bull flag. There's 1,000 videos on bull flag. And the breakout of that flag is where your entry, where you want your entry to be at. And sometimes, like this stock was here, I saw it holding up. I see it holding up at this $20 area. $20 is showing where the support is at. Then it look like another support is about $20.50. So if you're anticipating the breakout of this flag, you could be scaling in around here. If you don't see this stock hold up, I mean, for 15 minutes straight, it wouldn't break below $20.50. That's accumulation. Somebody's buying this stock or a chat room or something. And you can always add later on, but a good setup would have been waiting for the breakout out of the flag, buying that maybe 22, adding that 22.50, and adding again at 23.50. You probably would have averaged out at about 22, Still a 45-50% move. So these are the patterns, flag patterns, mainly flag patterns. It's gonna help you grow your account. And today I did pretty good, a little bit over 3,000 today. I traded like 3 or 4 different stocks. I traded this one. I traded this one, APHA. I traded another one called Tort or something like that. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I made $100 on this one. And then let me put my moving averages back on here. And then I'll show you the other one I traded. Let me add my let me see. Put this back on here. And when I started trading, I used to watch trading channels, and they would be talking about EMA this and SMA this and VWAP this and VWAP that. It was kind of confusing to me, but each one of those lines they mean something. Each one of them, to me, they do. And over time you get good at it, you kind of get a feel for everything. And then the other one I traded, JDST. I made 110 off of this one. Let's see. Yeah, this is the one I usually trade every day, and I was up about 600 on it, but I ended up holding, thinking it was gonna break out above 11 because it opened up, it gapped up, and then it was trending up pre-market. So I bought it pre-market at about $10.80, and thinking it was gonna go above 10. And it pulled back. I got out for just a little $110 profit. So yeah, bull flags, trend line, support and resistance, just kind of just basic fundamental trading, just flags and structure. That's usually all that I use for my entries and exits. Like I said, the only reason I use moving averages is because I know everybody else uses them. And let me find. So my setup is all I use is moving averages and RSI. That's it. I don't use MACD. When I first started, my screen looked like spaghetti. I had MACD, RSI, Bollinger Bands, VWAP, moving averages, stochastic. I mean, if you're looking at all those different indicators, and if you're looking at all those different indicators for buy and sell signals, a lot of times the indicators, they contradict each other. One indicator might be saying buy, the other one might be saying sell. And it took me a while to figure that out. I mean, I'll show you an example on here. A lot of time, MACD, let me add a MACD to this. Let's see. A lot of times, if you're trading out MACD, you're going to get faked out a lot. Let me take volume off so you can see it a little better. All right. Let's go down to the 1 minute chart. If you're using the MACD to trade, sometimes it works. Sometimes, a lot of times it don't. All right. So this setup right here, MACD is going back to the upside. All right. If you'd have bought this, you'd have got stopped out. All right. Another one. It worked right here. I mean, let's see. This stock, this is a bad example. This stock was up 30% today. I don't know why I'm trying to show y'all an example on this. But I just used a lot of those indicators, and I found out that a lot of them, they contradict each other. And a lot of times, especially like MACD, you know, you be looking at it like, oh, the momentum going back to the upside, and then you get faked out and the stock drop again. You know, so I don't even use it I don't even put it on my chart no more. I just use RSI, 200 moving average, the 5 EMA, and the 20 EMA. And you will also learn that certain stocks respond to different moving averages as well. Like Tesla, for example. Tesla, if you trade Tesla, I think Tesla is like let's see, I think I got it on here. I thought I did. Well, Tesla is like the 8, the 30, and the 200 or something. I don't know. But you just you put it on your chart, and if the price is moving through it like it ain't there, you know it ain't the one. Like this one. This is the green one. Is the 5 EMA. That green line, that 5 EMA, the price is pretty much hugging that as support during the uptrend. So that telling me that it works. People use it. Same way on the downtrend. That price is hugging that EMA on that pullback. So that tells me that it worked. Now if I change that 5 to an 8, it's gonna move between that price like it ain't even there. So I know the video is kind of long, but showing you how to grow a small account, bull flags, those pullbacks after those big drops like we saw on APHA. This thing went up to $32, pulled back to about 14, 15, and in a couple of days it bounced from 14 up to 22. So that's a 50% move. You got $7 a share, $8 a share, easy. And would have bought it at the bottom? I mean, who knows? But you know, you don't want to get in when it's showing you signs that it's back trending up. And of course, you use your moving averages for confirmation. But that's it for today. I'll be back to y'all tomorrow with another video. And like always, support the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share. I'll see y'all tomorrow.